section on the 24 Gurus of Avdhoota Dattatraya. Today we are on the 11th Guru, and the 11th Guru is a tiny creature, the moth. So this moth, the tiny little thing, gets attracted to light, and impulsively it flies towards a light, it flies towards fire, and it cannot stop itself because it is so attracted towards light, fire, anything that has got radiance in it. And because it's attached so much to the beauty of the light, eventually that little moth reaches its death because it gets burnt up in the fire. And this is an extremely valuable lesson for all of us, especially those who are on the spiritual quest. We humans are attracted to form. You know, we have 5 senses, 5 sense organs, 5 faculties of perception. And through the organ of sight, we get attracted towards form, roop. We get drawn instinctively, we get drawn to beautiful forms. That form may be the form of a beautiful woman. It could be the form of a good-looking man. It could be some shiny object. It could be a beautifully crafted piece of art. Whatever it may be, we call all of them Vishay. So we are attracted to the form of a beautiful Vishay. Now, if our mind and our intellect is not trained, it will impulsively get drawn towards the Vishay. And when it gets drawn towards the Vishay, because it is not trained, the mind will dwell on it. And when the mind dwells and contemplates on it, it creates an attachment for that Vishay. You are slowly bound to that Vishay, and a desire, vritti, a thought of desire arises in us to possess that object, to possess that person, to possess that Vishay. And we saw a few days back in the lesson of the pigeon that desire eventually leads to our downfall, our patan. Desire and attachment leads to our downfall. So what can we do to prevent our downfall? For that, you have to understand that there are 3 ways in which we react to Vishays, react to stimuli, react to our own thoughts also. The first, and many of you who have been studying with me for so many years will find this as a revision, but I'm sure there are some new people. The first way we react to Vishays, stimuli, or even our own thoughts is impulsively. Impulsively, when we see something that is attractive, we react by rushing towards it, or we react by being repulsed by it. Either we get attracted to something or we get repulsed by something. Either way, we are running towards the Vishay or we are running away from the Vishay. Both these processes do not involve thought. They do not involve contemplation. They do not involve any kind of thought process. It's just impulsively, you see something and your body simply reacts. And this leads to our downfall. This mode of thinking and acting is rajasic because it involves impulsive action. Then we have another way of reacting, which is called mechanical. Mechanical thought and mechanical action. See, when we are presented with a situation, we don't want to think too much about it. We simply do what we have always done in a situation, or what our parents have done, or what society does, or what our friends do, or what has always been done. We don't want to think whether it is a right way or a wrong way. We don't want to think whether it suits us, doesn't suit us. We don't want to think whether it's in our highest interest. We don't want to think whether it will take us to our goal or not take us to our goal. It's a lazy way of reacting. Simply do what everyone does. No thought process here too. And this is a tamasic way of thinking and reacting. So there is a better way, obviously the sattvic way, which we call deliberate thinking or deliberate action. See, when we are presented with a vishay, a situation, a thought which has arisen in our mind, the secret is don't react. First, create a gap. What does it mean to create a gap? Pause. Simple. Just pause. Don't take immediate action. That would be impulsive. In that gap, in that pause, what should you do? Evaluate. What are the options available for me? Which option is right for me? Which option will lead me to my chosen goal? Which option is in my highest interest? See, this is a thought process which is involved. It's not a reaction, but it's a deliberate response. And response has a responsibility based on vivek, faculty of discrimination. So this is the right way to think of how to face a situation, face a attractive desire in the form of any, vishay which is presented to us. And this is the lesson taught to us by Avdhoota Dattatraya just by observing a small moth who did not create a gap. Why moth did not create a gap? Because a moth does not have intellect. A moth does not have buddhi. A moth does not have the faculty of discrimination. A moth does not have vivek. You and I, humans, have been endowed by this faculty. And so we must use it. So, lesson for us. 1, we all have the faculty of sight. We cannot live with our eyes shut the whole lifetime. And this world has been created full of beauty. God will not create an ugly world. God created this world full of beauty. God created this world full of beauty for us to enjoy the beauty, but not to succumb to the attachment to the beauty. Appreciate it because it's a work of art of Ishwar. It belongs to Ishwar. Don't try to possess it. Appreciate it. Enjoy it. View it. Don't try to fall into the, don't allow yourself to be fall into the trap. The trap is always of possessing it. It could be possessing a vishay. It even is a possessing of a person. So check what exactly is your reaction or what exactly is your response to that vishay. See what action you should be taking so that it takes you to your chosen goal and definitely not to your patan, not to your downfall. Lesson from a small little moth, very valuable for each one of us. Role